Hi, welcome to the Dally Diaries. It's Kristel with you, and today we're doing a get ready with me. It will be a chatty one, as they generally are on this channel, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using the Not a Box of Chocolates eyeshadow palette from Colourpop. I ordered this 27 days ago and it's finally arrived, so we are gonna put that on the eyes and play with a whole bunch of other stuff. Some of it is quite new to me and some of it is old favorites. So if that sounds good to you, don't go anywhere, just strap yourself in and let's get this show on the road, shall we? Now, I did have microneedling 2 days ago, so I will be using mineral only base products on my skin. I already have a little bit of concealer on. Also, I have a mineral sunscreen on, but I'm just gonna add a little bit more of the Nude by Nature Perfecting Concealer. Just a little wee bit. So my skin is dry at the moment because of the microneedling, and I have had it done before. So, but it has been about 2 years since I had the last session. I had a run of, I think I've probably had about 6 of them in total. And just my skin with my last endo flare up just got really out of control. So I decided it was time to try and get it under control. And I have loved microneedling in the past. I'm not one for putting filler and stuff into my body, at least at this point in my life. It just doesn't feel right for me because I take so many bloody medications and stuff anyway for my endometriosis that I would prefer to not add to that collection if I can help it. Now this one I think is going to be a little bit dark for my under eye area if I'm being honest, but that's okay. We're just gonna it's gonna make it work anyway. But yeah, microneedling I love. I have absolutely loved the results that I got from it in the past. It just made my skin so glowy and even. It just made my skin look, I don't know, boosted. But if you're someone who, you know, doesn't like having wrinkles and lines and stuff, it doesn't get rid of those. It just, I guess, diminishes them, and it just makes your skin look amazing. So if you're someone who wants dramatic results, then it might not be the way you want to go. But for me, I love microneedling. Okay, so that was the shade Sand in that concealer, and I normally use a lighter concealer around my eyes, but yeah, we're just going to use that guy today, and we're going to go in with this is my regular foundation anyway, but my Nude by Nature Natural Mineral Cover Radiant Loose Powder Foundation in N4 Medium, and I am using the Nude by Nature Kabuki brush as well, which is very reliable. So I have a whole bunch of stuff to chat with you about today. I did put up a post, and you might have seen a video of me mentioning that I was in hospital. If you haven't watched that video, basically I've been having a really bad endo flare up. It all culminated in me being found unconscious on the floor, on the tiles at, I think it was like 1:30 or 2 in the morning. And I just could not keep conscious. I would sort of wake up long enough to vomit on the floor. Gross. And yeah, so I ended up being shipped off to hospital in an ambulance. And the unfortunate thing about it was a Saturday night, so I was sharing the ward with some pretty unhinged people who had obviously had bad experience with illicit drugs. And were proceeding to be screaming next to me all sorts of crazy gear while I was in hospital having fluids and anti-nausea meds pumped into me. So it was quite an experience. Normally when I go in for endo surgeries, I'm very lucky I have private health, so I'm in a private hospital when it's a very different experience. But yes, so that was the situation. I love this foundation. And normally I like to put a bit of a glowier base underneath it. But the zinc product that I have on, the Mineral Sunscreen Zinc, is from Natio, and that one is quite nourishing. So it's not a completely matte base anyway, which is good. And then when I was coming home from hospital, I had nothing with me. I had no phone. I had no socks. I literally had nothing. There goes the earring. And I got sent home in a taxi. And I've never felt more vulnerable because I had nothing. And it was absolutely freezing. It's like the middle of winter here. And I was just wearing my pajama top, like a t-shirt and pajama pants, and that was it. And then when I got home, I didn't actually have my wallet to pay for the taxi. So I had to give this guy an IOU and do it later. But it was just a whole schmozzle, to be honest. And ever since then, I've really been struggling with my health a lot. So I've been doing a lot of vomiting, a lot of passing out. And yeah, being just pretty much just whacked out. Also, it massively piqued my anxiety. I think it really scared me when I was in that phase of being unconscious on the floor. I'm just taking right now my Nude by Nature Soft Rose Translucent Loose Finishing Powder. Oh yeah, sorry. The reason I'm using all mineral products and sunscreen is because that is what's recommended after you've had microneedling. But I, like I said, I use the foundation anyway every day, so it's not a big change up for me. But it does look a little bit different on my skin at the moment because my skin is so dry from the microneedling. That is part of the trauma response. And then you create new collagen and your skin starts to regenerate. And yeah, so that's why I'm doing that. But anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, so my anxiety has been through the roof because when I was unconscious, I just remember thinking to myself, I'm so scared I'm not going to wake up. Like I was really, yeah, it was really, honestly, quite terrifying. But I am here and I'm very happy to be here. And I got a bunch of stuff I want to talk about today. Okay, so, it's leaving a little black dot for me. All right, so basically my skin is not going to be perfect for a few days, but that is okay. This is what we have. It's really not that bad though. Just very dry, which my skin is not dry ever. Okay, moving forward. So yeah, that's been the story for the last couple of weeks, and that is why I've been very slow on the video front because I just have not had the capacity to film at all. So yeah, I'm excited to be back doing this, although I'm exhausted. So please forgive me if I'm a little All right, I just want to give my face a little spray with the Nude by Nature Natural Setting Spray. By no means do I think that this extends the wear time of my makeup, but it definitely makes it look beautiful. And it's just gonna freshen things up, especially because my skin is so dry at the moment. All right, now I'm gonna go in for a bit of a bronzer with the MCO Beauty Instant Contour Cream Bronzer in light medium. I actually, you guys would be really proud of me. I have actually made a list of a few things that I want to mention today. I want to chat with you about. So I'm just dotting that on there. And then I'm gonna take this Real Techniques Rebel Edge brush. And I want to just keep it fairly like localized. This is where I want to keep that bronze contour. About yay high. Yeah, so one of the other things that I had on my list to talk about was just how freaking over trying to buy Cosmic Brushes eyeshadow palettes I am. It's driving me insane. I have tried 3 times to buy the stupid bloody Muse palette, and I'm sure it's gorgeous and not stupid at all, which is why it's so popular, but it's driving me up the wall. Because I'm in Australia and because of the Cosmic Brushes indie brand is in the UK, it means that I have to set my alarm for an ungodly hour of the morning I usually set it for about 10 to 3 because 3 a.m. is when it goes on sale here. And I've missed out 3 times. So it's all been for nothing. And it's just frustrating. It's so frustrating. I would have loved to have picked up their new one as well. But I totally get that indie brands, they're small brands, they're independently owned, which is hence why they're called indie brands, in case you didn't know. And so I understand that they can't overextend themselves and they can't obviously make more product than they think they're going to be able to sell. But as a consumer, it is incredibly frustrating to just constantly miss out. And you get to the point where you're like, I just can't be bothered anymore. Like, I just don't care. I'm done. Like, I'm just gonna buy products from other people. Even though I love the Cosmic Brushes formula. And it's so weird because I had no trouble picking up their Royal Rose palette back in the day. And I loved that palette. But I guess once the Serenity palette hit, they got so overhyped. And now I guess, you know, the demand is greater than the supply. But it just kind of makes you go, I just can't be asked. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is my eyebrows. So, I'm gonna take my Benefit Goof Proof Powder in 4.5, neutral brown. And just, this is a very old angled brush from Media Makeup where I did my makeup training a long, long time ago. Sorry, I'm just channeling American Pie, apparently. One of the most irritating songs of all time. I know it's incredibly popular, but it does go for like 7 minutes. That is a long damn time for a song to go. Anyway, yeah, so have you had the feeling where you're just like, I can't be bothered trying to buy from a certain company anymore because you just don't seem to be able to succeed? I'd love to hear your experiences. And it's such a shame because I really love the Cosmic Brushes formula. And it's nothing that they're doing wrong. It's absolutely not. And yeah, like, of course I will buy from them again. But it just left me feeling, also, I was very overtired because it was 3 a.m. But just really deflated and over it. I was like, I just can't be bothered. So yeah, that's that. Maybe one day. I really need to pluck my eyebrows. That is something that's gone by the wayside while I've been sick. I have been so sick to the point where I haven't even had the energy or the focus to be able to send text messages. So I've been a really bad friend. Luckily, I have amazing friends in my life who understand how things go with my endo situation. So if you don't know about that, I'm stage 4, so I've had it everywhere. I've had, oh God, I lose count, but I think I've had 6 surgeries at this point. And I'm being treated because I get chronic migraines, I get nausea. Nausea is the big one, pain, fatigue, all of the fun things. Insomnia, anxiety, and depression. But other than that, I am just tickety-boo. No, honestly, it's, there are people that have it a lot worse. So, but if you do have any, you know, if you ever need any support, if you have any questions about endo, like I'm happy to try and, I'm not an expert, but I can certainly speak from my own experience. And I want you to know that I am here, and if that's something that you need, I'm happy to do it. And if you need any advice on, you know, things to help you with your day-to-day, I can offer you what I have found to be useful. All right, so my goof proof brows are on, and I think I left my brow. I left my brow gel behind, so we're just gonna have au naturel eyebrows, which is okay. All right, so before I dive into the Notto Box of Chocolates eyeshadow palette, I'm just gonna put on some, this is such an old school, it's gonna flash you back. It's the MAC Pro Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. It's the one that basically everyone had at one point. And I'm just taking a Sigma large shader brush to apply that. Yeah, cool. Get that on the old eyelids. Look, I've got this like weird thing on my finger. I'm pretty sure that's from where Billy Bowie, my cavoodle, got hold of me when we were playing. He's not really a violent dog. Not at all. He's a teddy bear. Okay, I haven't used this product for a very long time. I actually used to use the one in the tube, you know, the MAC paint tubes. And it was a really soft, pretty pearly pink shade I used to use. Have no idea what it was called. But I used to put it under everything. Get that on. Sweet. So just got a nice even base to start from there. I have been so excited for this eyeshadow palette to finally arrive. Sorry. I was like, took a really weird inhale of breath and it sounded like I was joking. I'm not. But I just realized I am missing my brush switch, so give me 2 secs, I'll be back. Okay, we're back. So we are about to dive on into this gorgeous palette. Yeah, it took 26 days for this to get to me from America, which is such a long time. So if you're wondering why I don't review new Colourpop palettes, it's because by the time they get to me, every man and his dog has got a video up already about it. So I'm not going to be trying to, you know, do any new Colourpop products, but I have wanted this palette for ages. I honestly have put it in my basket so many times and I finally made a purchase and picked it up. And so let's dive straight on into it. I've also picked up some blushes and highlights from Colourpop because I haven't ever tried any of their blushes or highlights before. So how do we want to begin? Again, if you're new to this channel, I am definitely a wing it kind of girl. That is generally how I live my entire life. I think I'm going to start out with this shade here called Tiramisu, and I'm going to apply that with my Refa 14. Now it's going to be quite dark, I'm assuming. Okay, nope, that's nice. It's a nice depth. Definitely could have taken something lighter, but this is what I wanted to do, so I did it. Yeah, if Colourpop postage was faster, I would order from them a lot more. A lot more. But honestly, I felt like this was never coming. And the bad part about it as well, there was a whole heap of time there where I had no idea where it was because the tracking didn't work. So I was like, well, hopefully it's gonna rock up at some point. And it did. Yay. So I'm starting to really gear up towards getting myself organized for my holiday because I am going to Europe in August. And I think I mentioned this before, but yeah, I have started a new vlogging channel. There's stuff all on it right now, like literally. I think there's a video of my dog and that's roughly it. But the Dally Diaries Vlog Life is the name of the channel, and I will definitely be posting little bits and pieces on there while I'm overseas because I am going to be gone for 5 weeks, and I'll also be putting stuff on my Instagram as well. So if you want to see stuff that's not just makeup related and yeah, you're interested in that kind of stuff, then definitely follow me in those places. Okay, that's a beautiful mid-warm brown. Look, I love color, but boy do I love a warm brown. I just love brown, right? And so much so that I've actually also ordered a couple of the Vive Beauty eyeshadow sticks, and I've also ordered a Danessa Myricks Color Fix in Brownie. I'm really excited to try that out, and I'm thinking it might be good to take away with me, that one, because obviously it can't get broken because it's in a tube. So it might be good for travel. So yeah, any travel recommendations for makeup or skincare, I'm all ears. They're tiny, but they're listening. We must have discussed my freakishly small ears on this channel at some point before. Okay, I think now I want to go in with this shade here called That's Rich. I love how they all look like little chocolates in the pan. It's so cute. For this, I'm going to use my Odin's Eye brush. Not sure about specifics. It came with a mystery box. Yeah, freakishly small ears I have. So I've actually bought a headband with speakers in it that I can sleep in, hopefully, and listen to meditations and stuff, because I like headphones and stuff fall out of my ears because my ears are too small. I've tried all of them. So I have to wear over-ear headphones to listen to music, and Obviously that's not very helpful for when you're trying to sleep, when you have big bulky headphones. So I'm gonna try, yeah, a sleep headband. Things you gotta do when you have freakishly small ears. This is another gorgeous brown shade. Ah, stop it. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. There's just something about these colors, and I tell you what, they are applying beautifully. One of my favorite ever palettes is from Colourpop, and it is the California Love palette. If you love warm tones, you love golds, coppers, bronzes, sandy shades, that is such a great palette. It's just beautiful. Always makes my eyes really pop, my hazel eyes. Would look amazing on blue eyes as well. Basically, it will suit any eye shade. Okay, loving it. Loving this sick. I'm just gonna put a little spot of that in here as well. Doop, doop, doop. I think I've mentioned what I've been watching lately, because obviously I've had a bit of time to watch TV. Although for the first week after I got out of hospital, I couldn't even focus on TV. But I'm spending all my time on SBS On Demand at the moment, which is, in Australia, it's a free channel. And they have got so many amazing British suspense dramas on there. Oh, so good. This is looking divine. PS. There you go. You can see the goodness up close. So yeah, I finished watching the series Vigil, which was incredible, but I didn't breathe for most of the duration because it was so bloody suspenseful. And I've just watched the first 2 seasons of Departure, which is excellent as well if you love British suspense type series, then that one is great. I'm gonna take this little flat brush, love this brush, and dip into that beautiful cherry cardinal shade. And I'm actually gonna wet that. I want it nice and wet. It's not a euphemism for anything else. Okay, so that's going just in there. And I'm gonna put a tad over here as well. Now at the moment I look like I've been punched in the face, but this is, you know, a work in progress. I honestly feel like I've been punched in the face. I feel like I've been punched everywhere. Okay, now I think I want a real contrast, so I'm gonna go in with this gold shimmer. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go in with this gold shimmer. And I'm gonna try it with a brush, but I'll probably end up using my finger. So I just cleaned that same brush off. Am I going again? This shade is called Honeycomb Crunch. How good is honeycomb? Yes, please. Oh, nice. Pretty, if I do say so myself. This actually has a glitter in it as well, but it's not the old school pressed glitter formula. It's definitely finer. We might try that somewhere, somewhere on the arm, because it is very pretty. Yeah, this brush works really well for these type of shadows, which is the only brush I've found that actually does. Normally I prefer my finger for application. All right, so this glitter I was talking about is called PB Brilla? Oh, PB Brittle. That makes more sense. Okay, Brittle's quite big in America, I think. It's not that big here. So it's this guy. Definitely need a glitter primer, I think, if you're gonna use this. Looks like that. Oh, it is very pretty. Let's use it. Okay, so I am gonna use, good God, did I bring anything useful with me? No. So, against my better judgment, I won't be using glitter primer, but you should. I'm literally just gonna use a wet finger to apply this glitter and regret it later. It's okay, because I'm gonna take my makeup off after this anyway, because I want my skin to breathe while it's recovering from microneedling. So it doesn't really matter if I get a bit of for that happening. That's going to be just really pretty when it catches the light. Very nice, very nice. Not sure why I'm channeling Borat. But these things happen. Okay, that's really nice. That looks really pretty. Okay, for under eye, I might go back in with that same tiramisu shade and just a little Refa pencil brush. And because I'm using a pencil brush and I'm not using a big dome brush, it's going to be much more intense color. Oh, that's bloody gorgeous. Ah, look at that. Oh my God, that's such a beautiful color, for real. This is joy. This is joy. That is so pretty. I am in love with that shade. Tiramisu. Wow, what a stunner. Oh, she's so beautiful. Look how pretty that is. Oh my God. There's just something about a beautiful brown, isn't there? All right, I'm gonna stop staring at myself now and move on. So, what I wanna do is just pop on the outer corner of my lower lash line, this shade here. That's rich. I love this palette. I mean, what's not to love? It's stunning. Now I think I'm gonna be like really obvious and use the Champagne Truffle as an inner corner highlight. Sometimes the cliche things are that way because they're the best. And for that, once again, going in with that same little brush, which I have cleaned off. I usually use my finger for inner corner highlight, and I may do so still. This one feels slightly flakier, the formula. All right, I'm gonna use my finger. Just means you don't get a concentrated area, but that's so nice. Very nice. Oh God, there's Borat again. Jeez Louise, it's like he's possessing my body. Now I'm just going to take my Sigma Precision Blender and just go over some stuff. Just make sure everything's kind of happily blended together where it should be. I could even go a little darker in that outer corner if I wanted to. Do I want to? Let's see. Oh yeah, there's this really dark shade called 90%, is it cacao or cocoa? Oh, it's on the back. Cacao. Should we try that? Taking this flat brush. It's delirious still, I think, if I'm being honest. Oh, it's more of a neutral brown. I had wondered if this palette would have some slightly more burgundy leaning tones, but it's definitely just browns. Because I thought maybe this one in the pictures, I was like, oh, maybe that's a little bit burgundy, but it's actually just brown. Like they're all beautiful variations of brown. So it's true to the theme, which is the chocolate box theme. But you do have different tones and variations. So if you love browns, I think this is a delicious palette. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So eyeliner, I want to add to the richness of the color. So I'm going to take my, what's left of my Charlotte Tilbury Walk of No Shame eye pencil. It's one of my absolute favorites, as you can tell by the size. It has been well loved and well sharpened. Oh, it's just a beautiful rusty, it's like a cross between a rust and a berry. And it's just divine. Just tight line in there as well. So pretty. Zoom you in a little tiny bit again so you can have a look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Also, it would have looked nice with just a deep brown eyeliner, of course. I really do need to get another one of these very soon. It's so weird. And I think I want to put in my waterline just a creamy shade. This is about 1,000 years old. It's a Stila Kajal eyeliner. Still going strong. It's so creamy. I mean, it's not one that's going to stay in my waterline for a long time, but that's fine. This makes me look a bit brighter. Cool. I'm going to put some mascara on and we'll come back. So I went in with my Tarte Opening Act Lash Primer and my Hourglass Unlocked mascara. And that is my usual combo. It would look so good with a warm chocolate brown mascara with this palette as well. So I think I might do that next time. Now, I picked up blushes and highlighters from Colourpop. I've never tried their Super Shock blushes. I actually didn't realize though when I was ordering these that there was a matte formula. So I accidentally got a matte one here and I don't really like matte blushes, but I'm sure if I put highlighter over the top, it'll be fine. But the shades I got are Drop of a Hat, which is a beautiful bronzy corally color. I got Brute Flute, which I think will go really nicely with today's look. It's sort of a berry color, very pretty. And the matte one is Growth Flirt. I do like the name of it. So it's a brighter pinky shade. And the two highlighters I picked up, I've got Lunch Money, which is the one that everyone talks about, sort of a soft pale goldy champagne highlight. And this one is called Monster, which is more of a pinky highlight. Actually, it looks pretty amazing. I'm kind of excited to try this at some point. I don't know if it will work with what we have on today, but look at that. Yeah, that's gonna be really pretty. So I think, oh gosh, I'm spoiled for choice though, because I also have my Inika Organic Mineral Blush pot. Would look incredible with this look. It's just the most beautiful, glowy, rosy brush. Look at that. Oh, it never ceases to be divine. And I've also got the Danessa Myricks Dewy Lip and Cheek palette. What's a girl to do? There's a lot of weird noises happening. Anyways, let's keep this Colourpoppy. I will show you in a separate video this one because I obviously want to use this anyway. And I do have a video up with the brighter color story of this palette, so I'm going to compare the two. So for today, let's keep on the Colourpop theme, and I think we're going to use this Brute Flute shade. So I'm going to go in with, this is actually the e.l.f. Putty Blush Brush because if you haven't seen that video, I recently picked up the 4 of the glowing putty blushes, and this, yeah, I picked this up for that purpose. Because I think because of the consistency, you do need something a bit toothy to be able to pick up the shadow. I mean, the blush. Oh, I'm delirious. Don't let that stop you from subscribing. To be fair, delirium is not that unusual in these parts. Okay. Oh, it's really pretty. Yeah, that's really nice. Very glowy. That looks really pretty on the skin. I might have to get a few more of these when I'm in the mood to wait a whole month to get to get a package. Honestly, when I ordered from Colourpop last time, I swear it didn't take that long. It seemed shorter. But to be fair, Australia Post sucks. Our postal service is a joke. So I could order something from Melbourne, which is 8 hours away, and it could take 3 weeks to get here. It just depends on what kind of mood Australia Post's in. I'm super tempted to put a tiny little pop of this on as well, just to see what it looks like. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. Probably gonna regret it. And this is matte, so yeah, I don't know, mate. Let's just do it and see what happens. It looks so much more intense in real life than it does on camera. So that's really pretty. Let me just turn the light down a little. The good thing about these is I feel like they're pretty foolproof because you You have to build them up. So I don't mind a blush that you build up. It stops you from looking like a clown, you know, well, sort of sometimes. But being able to have more control over the level of application. Oh, they look pretty together. No regrets there. Actually, even though I didn't really want a matte one, I'm quite happy with it. It's quite lovely. For highlight, whilst I definitely think the champagne or the lunch money shade would be the most appropriate, I kind of really want to try out this monster shade. So whatevs, I'm not going anywhere. Just gonna use my finger, I think. See how that goes. Oh, she's pretty. It's not what I would usually wear with the eyeshadows that I have on. I would usually go for more of a goldy, champagne-y highlight, but that's so pretty. You see her? Wowzers. That's really nice. Just because now you've seen that, I'm just gonna chuck some of that lunch money shade over the top, just, you know, because I can. Just here. I've heard it's quite glowy. Oh, yes, she is quite a glower. A glower, not a shower. All right, and I'm gonna buff that into the skin a bit with this Refa 16 brush, which hopefully is clean. Can't really guarantee that. Well, I'm really liking everything I've used today. There is nothing that I object to. I'm just gonna put my moles back in. I'll be right back. Lips. Grabbed out a couple of little contenders here. This lot. What's this one? This is the Nude Sticks All Over Face Blush color in Naughty and Spice. Maybe let's give this one a go. Oh, that's, yeah. That's lovely. I'm definitely going to be traveling with a bunch of Nude Sticks products, especially because I bought a few of the little mini packs. I love this size for travel. I mean, could it be more perfect? All right, so that I think is everything. Let's zoom you out a little. Voila, the finished product. I like it. I think everything looks really pretty. I really enjoyed using this Colourpop palette. I definitely recommend. The pigment is beautiful. Everything applied so smoothly. Gorgeous browns in there. If you want to see actually a really good video, that girl Shay, she did an eye swatching video of this palette, and it's so phenomenal to be able to see how each shade looks when it's just chucked on the lid. Absolutely sensational. I love her. So I will link to that video. And I really enjoyed using these blushes as well. So Growth Flirt and Drop of a Hat, I think they both look beautiful. I think the highlights are beautiful as well. The two Super Shock highlights. Yeah, I've loved everything that I've whacked on the face today. Thank you so much for being here once again. You guys are just a delight. And please subscribe before you go if you'd like to see more of this kind of content. And don't forget to sign up to the Dally Diary. I can't even say the name of my channel. The Dally Diaries vlog life if you would like to see some content when I'm away that is not necessarily makeup related. Some of it might be. And the same with the Instagram account. There'll be a lot of holiday stuff on there too. So thanks heaps for being here. I'll see you once again very soon, right back here. Take care. Mwah. Farewell. Oh, don't forget to like and comment. How's that for an afterthought? Thanks guys, bye.